Yun. So, we're good, I think. So, there's a lot of things to talk about.
Mhm.
Ayun. So, kung maninibaguhan kayo sa natin, audio, pasensya na. May apologies in advance. Pero yun. Welcome to the PWPH podcast. And finally, we are able to record an episode which is well done. I have to explain things here before we move on and talk about a lot of wrestling this week in local and international wrestling. And that kaya wala tayong episode for the past few days. I was trying to explore different things for the show. And also, on last week kasi, supposedly may recording talaga kami. But, things happened. Na 8 beses ako nagpabalik-balik ng CR. That was terrible.
Bless you, my
And
friend.
that's very unfortunate, man. Very terrible time to go on a comfort. At hindi ko sinisisi yung kape ko na iniinom ko last week. But I think ang nagpalala talaga ng ganap ko o nagpalala ng nangyari sa akin yung putang inang sisig sa 7-Eleven.
Pare, papel kasi yun. Ba't kinakain mo yung papel na bulok? Nagtatrabaho ako sa ambulansya 2017-2018. Kinakain ko na yan. Lasang papel yan. Alam mo yun, iba lang ang kulay pero pareho lasang papel yan. Diyos ko, 2024
Balasang
na lang.
papel?
Kulay lang pinag-iba, pre. Trust me. I've tried all of them. Giniling, sisig. There's another variant. I don't know if it's adobo or what. Tried it before. They
Actually,
all taste the same.
Kinakain ko ngayon 7-Eleven, yung sa Let's Eat pare na ine-endorse nila. Kakain sana ako mamaya. Pero, I lost my appetite. Baka bumalik niya naman. Yaman na. But anyways, ayun nga. I see, I agree. Pero yun nga, yung nangyari sa akin last week was terrible. And 2 beses ako uminom ng Diatabs in less than 5 hours. Kaya ako pag umiinom ako ng Diatabs, 2 agad. Para sure na mawawala. Hindi nang advice sa akin dati. So, 2 ko agad. So, yeah. I wish this week walang mangyayari sa akin kalokohan. And that would be terrible if may kalokohan na namang nangyayari sa akin. But anyways, while we're recording the episode, marami tayong balita na nakukuha inside and outside of our scene, which is good. We can tackle some of them. And we will talk about, medyo late na tayo dito kasi wala ka tayong episode for a while. We will talk about John Cena retiring. Very interesting. Di ko din kasi siya tinatakil sa main event, so medyo timely para i-tackle siya. Then, let's talk about local wrestling scene, basically. So, konting talk lang about FPW, the recent show, which is good. By the way, congratulations ulit for airing the shows on Top Sports, which is good for the scene. And for Dexcon World Underground Wrestling, they are able to sign a deal with Solar Sports. We will talk about that as well later. May mga lang ako dyan. May question lang ako dyan. Medyo kailangan ko lang bigyan mabuti. Yan. So, yun lang muna ang ating intro. By the way, kasama natin backstage si Chan Anastasio. And a special guest, of course. We have a guest that was able to pull out of the window. So, let's introduce him on the line here. So, we have Dennis Acosta, our friends on the media. And I think we are able to talk about AEW as well because he is begging us.
Wait, before
Okay.
Before anything, pwede akong magsingit, non-wrestling related, but nakita ko lang kasi sa San Diego Comic Con, July 26, i-debut nila yung trailer no movie nung huling El Bimbo.
Oh, interesting.
They were shooting they were shooting, like, di ba, if you see yung mga pinupost ni Raymond na videos ng mga
Yes.
practice nila, lahat, ang daming camera, lahat ng galaw, lahat, everything. So, apparently, they were shooting a movie. So,
Mhm.
earlier this year, there was a leak. I was able to get a copy of it. Para it was supposed to
Uh-huh.
be released on Netflix. The title of the movie is called Combo on the Run. He
Oh,
has
good.
just posted today that sa SDCC, July 26, they will debut the final trailer of that before ipalabas yung movie. I don't know if it's still on Netflix or whatever. Pero yun, nabasa ko lang kasi ngayon na and they're debuting it. So, shout out to Eraserheads
Pero wait,
before
madami
tayo
daw
magkagulo.
cameras. Marami daw cameras. Hindi ba nakita ni Tio Moreno yan?
Ni? Sino?
Tio Moreno, dude. Yung bobong DDS sa Facebook.
Hindi, kasi ano yan eh, very tightly, tawag dito, may pita security dyan because I had some friends who were able to see one or two practices.
Yes.
Sobrang hipit daw niyan.
Mhm.
Very tightly controlled. Kasi nga, even those who were there are not allowed to, hindi sila allowed na basta-basta mag-shoot. Kasi again,
Mhm.
under the understanding na gagawin nga kasing documentary yung preparation for the final set. And probably the US tour.
Yun. Di ba
Yung
this year din?
2023 tour. Ha?
This year din yun.
No, 2023 was last year. 2022
I mean
kasi
yung
yung
tour.
concert, di ba? 2024 version. This is
Okay.
different from last year. Continuation siya, kumbaga.
I see,
Oh,
I see.
yun. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So speaking of 2024, since we are talking about 2024, let's talk about AW250. Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi marami tayong pag-uusapan. This AW250, I'll check the ratings again. I hope I can get proper rating numbers on this. Ayun. So AW250, this might be the greatest show, Dynamite. I'm not sure. Pero di ako confident. Pero ito, this might be one of the best shows AW has done. Then, kumaya tayo magkamustahan. Let's talk about this. Pero yan, according to Tony Khan, and also Rasonomics, our reliable source, this episode is higher than last week's. Last week was the special show na finals ng Owen Cup and also Beach Break. Hindi ko na alam ba't nila pinagsabay yun.
Again, ratings.
Ratings. Tatlong special in 1 month?
Hindi, you're negotiating for a meet. Remember, look at it this way. Ang WWE secured na ang TV deal. TNA has a secured TV deal. Plus, ang pay-per-views nila are gonna be carried sa US by tama, di ba? Tutulungan sila ni WWE ng TKO Group, di ba? In distributing, if I recall right.
Technically, the TNA Plus is under Endeavor.
Yeah, di ba? So, they're both secured. What about the other guy? So, that's why he has to, kasi hindi pa siguro niya makuha yung valuation. Either the valuation or yung gusto niya na makuha na inclusions. Kasi hindi mo man makuha yung monetary value. You get the inclusions na ito kasama to sa deal. Hindi niya makuha. So, he has to keep on proving to WBD despite WBD being a third-tier network, no offense. He has to prove to them that he can deliver, which is questionable considering the biggest draw of your company is Sheldon Cooper.
We will talk about that later. But yeah, based on Rasonomics, di ko na i-rating hour by hour to Pero 795,000 viewers and at 0.27 ratings and 18 to 49-year-old demo. Higher siya over last week's episode, 691 and 0.23 sa demo. Again, I could not say anything about the demo, but mainly on the ratings. I can say, okay, tumaas, good. I hope they can keep up because they're building Wembley, so good. So, itong episode na to, they're still trying to set a negotiation. I agree, nag-set din sila ng negotiations with WBD. Medyo risky pa nga yung pag-book nila ng MJF versus Ospreay eh.
Yep.
And I'm glad na he was able to bring the numbers. Tapos ang kalaban niya pa is yung RNC. Then isang WNBA game, which is by the way, it's on Blast TV na. So that's good for the business. I heard the news. I heard the news earlier, so we can confirm WNBA is now on Blast TV. So marami ng dahilan para manood. Anyways,
mura ng Blast TV, patulan nyo na.
Ayun.
Seryoso. It's very cheap.
Yes,
very good.
Ayun. Especially, we have WWE, FPW, UFC. Yung pay-per-views is still on pay-per-view, by the way. As WNBA. As NBA na. Still. Ayan. Let's continue. Saan yung numbers? Itong ni Kan, nag-tweet siya. Yeah, ito. Nag-tweet siya ngayon lang. Just hours ago. Thank you for all who watched AEW and thank you for you last night. 250 had our most viewers in TBS in over 3 months and continued a streak of a great Dynamite. So let's see you all next Wednesday. We will extend his hot run this weekend on Miss AEW and TNT. Well, yun lang. Yung Blood and Guts, to be fair, naghahatak din siya ng ratings, but I hope this specific match will get ratings too. I'm not really into the part. Hindi rin ako confident if they can get big numbers this time because, people are sick and tired of the box. And I
Here's
hope
the deal.
that yun.
Here's the deal. The problem with the AEW kasi, sabi nga ni Cody, di ba? He had this bombshell of an interview in CTV. Boom, Tuesday night, biglang lumabas. Problem with the AEW is yung pinaka-rabid nila na fanbase has this tendency to turn away everybody else. The Bucks take themselves too seriously. Tony Khan thinks he can do everything when he cannot. The first thing they should do kung gusto mag-improve ng AEW, ikadena niyo si Tony Khan and get his money. Let him fund the shit, but he should find someone who could actually get everyone in line. And if you're not in line, may parusa. It's not Bryan Danielson kasi di niya kaya ang Bucks. He needs to put someone who can get the Bucks in line and make the Bucks realize hindi kayo ang draw. Kasi again, we go back to the quintessential problem ng AEW. You are not drawing when your biggest draw is Sheldon fucking Cooper.
Wait.
No matter how much
Big Bang Theory this week?
Ha?
Meron ba? Meron ba Big Bang Theory?
Weekly siya. Parang one time lang na-preempt siya.
Wala siya.
Hindi, na-preempt siya kasi they showed Black Panther. Kaya natawa. I remember that time na tawa si Jim Cornette kasi nung pinalabas ang Black Panther, bumagsak ng around 500,000 yata o 450 ang Dynamite. So sabi niya,
500.
Oh, diba? So sabi niya, to? Si Sheldon Cooper ang biggest draw nyo. How can the Bucks back their words that we are the biggest draw of this company? When pag nawala si Sheldon Cooper, bumabagsak kayo na 500,000. It just shows sa ang draw nyo. Tapos titignan nyo, if you listen to Jim Cornette, by the way, listen to his AEW Dynamite breakdown, sheet pop. Ang ganda ng breakdown niya ng ratings. Makikita mo, on average, why? Kasi papasok yan from Big Bang Theory, 800, 900,000. End of the show, ilan na natitira? 600, 650. That's on a week to week, every week. Yun ang kwento. So, sino ang biggest draw mo? We're looking at numbers. Hindi tayo biased dito. We're looking at numbers. What can you conclude? Sino ang biggest draw mo? Nagsimula ang show mo na around 800, 900. natapos ang show mo, nasa 650. Hence yung average mo na around 700. Diba? So, sino ang biggest draw mo?
To be fair, tinignan ko yung numbers last week
Mm.
where Mariah May ended the show.
Mm.
Maganda naman yung ratings niya. But the
But
turn was
that's
bold.
the outlier.
Yeah. Bonus lang
If you
yun.
look at it, kasi ako, I am not looking at it, I don't isolate individual weeks. Kasi there will be weeks that there are good shit. There are weeks that have bad shit. Like sabi mo nga, yung role this week, miss siya for you. And I understand. Kasi hindi pwedeng every week hit yan. But I'm looking at it from a week-to-week basis. On a week-to-week basis, nagsisimula ka sa around 900,000, matatapos ka hovering around 600 to 750,000. Sige, 800. Let's settle at 800. You end up, sige, taasan na natin, 750. Gano'n kalaki? 150 pa rin. Nagsimula ka 800, sabihin natin 750. Nag-hover kasi sa...
Yeah, before lang natin ituloy, kasi bibigay lang akong context sa sinabi mo about Raw. Sinabi ko, yung Raw is not that wrestling heavy. Tsaka medyo konti yung gumagalaw na story. Specifically, the one that's moving, the Wyatt Six and the Judgment Day storyline. I understand that.
Yeah.
That's why I said na Raw was terribly stupid this week. Yun yung sinabi ko.
But my point is, hindi siya, gets mo, hindi siya every week na kasing ganda nung Raw. 2 weeks ago, I think, yung sobrang daming nangyari na sobrang saya. It's not the return of Rhea Ripley. The week before that was really good. But it can't be every week like that.
It was good.
Yeah. It can't be like that every single week. But if you look at the trends, people still tune in. You retain your viewership. Ito hindi. You don't retain your viewership if you look at it linear from when you start the show at 8 p.m. to you end your show around 10 p.m. You don't retain the viewership. Sorry?
Yung OT, wag mong kalimutan yun.
Oo. Aangat ulit siya. Kaya nga, pare, kaya sila nag-overrun. Kasi aangat sila by the time ng overrun. Kasi yung manonood ng next show, magsa-start yung show ko. Sige, panoorin ko na nga to. Tingnan natin. But are they really watching the show? Same with those who are watching Big Bang. Ano tong show na to? Sige, hayaan mo muna dyan. Ay, shit, may papanoorin na ako. Nagigets mo?
Yeah.
But
somehow.
they hook. They get eyes. Yes. But they don't get to hook them. Kasi, iba yung mapaapak mo sila. Iba yung mapastay mo sila. You get their foot on the door, but you don't get them to stay. Yun yung week in, week out sinasabi ni Jim Cornette. AEW fanboys keep on bashing him na, hindi, galit ka sa AEW. No. His point is, if you have a legitimate draw, you can get foot on the door. You can get feet on the door and get them to enter, sit down, watch your show.
Ang problema, people are sitting on the door. You saw Young Bucks or Mercedes, labas agad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't draw.
That's what I'm trying to point out.
Diba? And what's the point of being a show if you don't get to hold your audience? Yun ang dapat ma-realize.
Hold your audience? You need to watch the 3 shows. Ano pa? Which is a terrible idea, by the way.
Yes. Pero kasi he had to adapt. Remember, he had to adapt. Kasi Collision was supposed to be its own standalone show until the Bucks fucked around with CM Punk again and they found out. Kasi ako naniniwala ako si Jack Perry, proxy nila yun eh. Yung ungas na yun. Proxy nila yun. Believe me when I tell you, proxy nila yun.
Given naman na eh. Given naman na eh. Siya yung gago dun eh.
Yep.
Pero yun, before we continue, let's break down nga kung ano yung nangyari sa show na to. By the way,
Mhm.
Chan, hello, good evening. Ano yung take mo on this week's Dynamite? Kasi grabe eh. Grabe yung nangyari this week. And aside from the developments on why MJF won the international title, which is good. Wait. Is this the international
By the
title?
way,
I'm
that's a
really
good match.
confused on the
Yeah,
AWR belts.
national title.
But yun, anyways, go.
Yeah, so Dynamite 250 was kind of surprised na he did that MJF Ospreay match that long, like 59 minutes and 59 seconds. Although for me, the finish was kind of flat. It kind of reminded me on how Ethan Page
The next
won at
level.
Wave. So parang ganun yung naging finish eh. So I didn't expect that they're gonna have MJF win that. But then the way I see it is binibuild nila si Osprey na to have this like underdog story going into Wembley. So the way I see this is um, since Pac is also waiting, Pac, MJF, Osprey at Wembley. So parang ganun yung binibuild. But I don't know, baka may maganap pa in the coming weeks. But the way I see it is binibuild nila si Osprey to have that big win, big babyface win sa Wembley. And also, I didn't get to watch the full show yet. Mga highlights pa lang, mostly. So,
Wag na.
yeah. Anyway, so ayun nga, from what I saw, yung segment between Elite and Mercedes, kada cringe me. Especially dun sa part na si Okada.
I really love the Okada. But every Mercedes segments, you can skip it anyway.
Yeah, it kinda cringe me eh. You know, it would seem
Man, may kita.
Ayun. So, ito yung mga advertised segments. So, Swerve versus Okada. Yeah, I agree this is just a plot device on what will happen next week. It's going to be a
Yes,
horrific shit.
man, ito I'll be honest with Okada. I feel bad. Like, you hear me rag about AEW a lot, pero man, I feel bad for Okada.
agree.
He is one of the hottest stars of Japan. He's literally an AJ Styles level superstar in Japan. What the fuck did they do with my boy?
To be fair, the heel turn worked really well.
Yeah, but the point is, what the fuck did they do with my... He should have been presented as a world-beating guy from day one. Like, mas gusto ko pa kung ang ginawa nila, he was the guy pulling the strings all along. Alam mo yun, instead of he's just the lame sidekick of the lame Buccaneers. Should have been the guy pulling the strings or the big, alam mo yun, look at how they presented Jacob Fatu. Diba? Jacob Fatu, he's a moderately known wrestler, pero how did they present him? A heavy who could kick everybody's ass. I believe that should have also been Okada's, like, bugbog yung back, tapos bam, bam, bigla lalabas si Okada. And he beats them all up. Because that's him. Diba? What they did nung dinebut siya, ang ganda, pero everything was downhill because they were not able to follow it up properly. What they should have done was what WWE did with Fatu, Jacob Fatu. That's what they should have done too with Okada. Would have probably been a little bit better because you would have continued the streak of being the biggest bullshit biggest son of a bitch in the world. Nadala yung aura niya from Japan, nadala niya sa USA. Na ngayon, slowly nagdi-diminish, making me a very sad wrestling fan.
I agree on the gimmick. Yeah. Medyo nadi-diminish siya. Wala. Pero the aura-wise, the matches, he can still do the matches like what he used to in New Japan. Pero it's not the same because of the goofiness of the game.
Exactly. He's supposed to be booked like Jacob Fatu, like let the Bucks be the funny guys. But when they're in, alam mo yun, the Bucks keep on running their mouth. So they need a big heavy. Who's your big heavy? Okada cleans up the mess. And how do you book that? Okada cleans up the mess until he gets tired of cleaning up the mess and he wipes the floor of the Bucks because I'm pissed. I'm sick and tired of having to clean up after every single mess you put me into.
Ito medyo confused ako.
There's the money.
Ito, medyo klaruin nyo lang ako. I thought that Kenny was the leader of the Elite. And now, the Bucks took over the leadership, 50-50 basis. Then they introduced Okada to the mix, which is hindi naman klaro kung ano yung role niya aside sa whooping boy. Whooping boy ng the Elite ngayon.
Exactly.
Then, what I am seeing right now is we are supposed to get a match between Okada and Omega. Kasi Omega can compete, di ba? Then, we are getting these stories na medyo magda-divert sa point na yon. That's why we are having this Elite thing. And nakikita ko din that Hangman Adam Page might feud with Okada too down the line. That's my assumption pa lang. Again, I'm not saying na possible, but I can see the near future. But yun nga, while we're breaking down the whole Dynamite 250, Dynamite 250 was fun, fairness, pero I could not say that this thing will continue in the next couple of weeks, especially with them going to Wembley show. Alam mo ngayon, Jericho is on the TV again. We have to throw him out of the TV.
Oh, God. Just retire, Chris. We love you. Just retire. Jesus Christ. Have you seen the Big Show in the Jerry Cruise? One more guy. Paul, just retire, man. Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God. Paul White. Jesus Christ. Nakita ko yung Jericho Cruise. That was horrible.
Diba? Jesus Christ. Man, just... I have no fucks to give him.
Ito. To be fair, Paul White did a really good job on the commentary to begin with. Pero... Speaking of commentary, really quick. Gusto ko i-nitpick to Napanood ko yung Will Ospreay versus MJF in full. I can say, sobrang naririndi ako on both Tony Schiavone and Excalibur. And they're the lead commentary team of this thing.
Dude.
And that was horrible.
Dude, Tony Schiavone and Excalibur with different partners would be tolerable. Tolerable at best.
At this point, no.
Hindi, no. Put them with other partners. Someone who could give them a little bit of direction. Alam mo yun, work off them.
As is fine.
The same way like Corey Graves. You give him a good kabatuhan. He works, but you give him Byron Saxton. Oh God, just mute the TV. You get my point?
Yeah, I agree. Pero,
you give
as
them,
is fine.
Diba?
I can tolerate that.
Oh, yun nga. But, ang problem kasi is nagsasama sa Excalibur and Schiavone at pareho kasi sila.
Oh, what?
They are too alike. The way they call matches is too alike na ang sakit sa tenga. Sorry.
Excalibur, I agree. Sobrang sakit sa tenga. Ito.
Yeah.
Gusto ko pagsamahin as a dream commentary team in AEW. They should do this on Dynamite as well. Siguro they need Excalibur or Tony Schiavone na palitan. Ganun ba? Or Tony Schiavone stay on Collision instead. Then we should have, nga ba to? Si McGuinness kasi nasa Collision so I can pull him out of the team. Mas nag-work siya dun Then,
Ian Riccaboni.
dude, he's on
No.
ROH. ROH tapings is on Collision. No.
They
Siguro, let's
actually
dive
lied.
into... Mhm. Right.
Diba, you touched on that, I don't know if kanina you touched on the topic na three shows, all the stories run through the three shows, but hindi mo na lang sila i-rotate. Just keep Tony and Excalibur away from each other. Jesus Christ. Ganon kasimple.
Mas iba kasi yung
Make it
pakiramdam
permanent.
pag...
Like, make it
Yun nga
permanent.
make permanent. Oo.
Excalibur and Paz. Giovanni and McGuinness. It would work.
Why not?
Kasi
We should not put
Excalibur can
Jericho
do
any commentary team. He's horrible as shit.
he's like the
Sorry.
Bucks. He takes himself too seriously at this point. There was a point in his life when he didn't really take himself too seriously. That was during his time as yung heel Jericho niya na nakasuit. That was the time, I think, when he least took himself seriously. He let himself go and people enjoyed it. Pero nowadays kasi, parang he takes himself too seriously to a point na if you don't like what he does, fuck you. This is who I am. Oh God. You're paid to entertain us. So, diba?
To be fair naman, Jericho did a really good job on taking the jabs. Pero, dude, you're 52, 53. Time to go.
Just retire. Just retire. Please
Eto,
retire.
habang binabreakdown natin yung card. So, Jericho spoke. And we got Minoru Suzuki. Which is, the match will take place next week. And not on Wembley. Which is good, by the way. They're not building up storylines. Just for Wembley. But we got Mercedes versus Nyla Rose. She mocked Britt Baker on the match. Could not talk about that. Hindi ko na pag-uusapan to because this is terrible. Mera May spoke on the show. She explained her actions well on why she turned on Tony Storm. And I agreed din naman why she turned on Tony Storm. And I really love the idea then of Mariah trying to introduce a new side of her. I know this very obvious mockery of timeless gimmick. Pero I think this is really working on her and I hope AEW can really keep an eye on Mariah May. And it's time na rin to crown a new champion in AEW. Parang masapawan si Mercedes. Jesus Christ, I can't stand this. No offense, but I can't tolerate this.
Ito yung kailangan talagang ma-hit. Kasi diba, most of its storylines in AEW are hit or miss. Ito talaga yung the one that they're doing with Mariah May and Tony Storm, kailangan sure hit. Kasi mainit to eh. Ito yung sa mga hottest women's wrestling storylines right now. So,
Literal na mainit.
You should really put the belt on Mariah at it's an L if Tony will somehow even
I mean, it's okay pa din naman. Pero as long as hindi si Mercedes ang sasalo ng next para mag 3 belts. Oh boy.
fuck that.
The problem with Mercedes kasi is the same problem of the Bucks, the same problem with Jericho. Basically, a lot of the quote-unquote draws sa AEW, the guys who keep on saying, I am a draw, I am the draw of the show, they all have the same problem. They take themselves too seriously. They take their position in the company too seriously. If somebody tells them, you know what, you're not a draw, just lower your ego a little bit. They say, they'd slap you in the face and remind you, this is my company, shut the fuck up. Tingnan niyo si Tony Storm. She's a draw. Why? She doesn't take herself too seriously.
I agree.
Diba? Sino pa ba? Kenny Omega doesn't take himself too seriously.
He's a draw to begin with.
Even CM Punk. Even CM Punk, before the brawl-in incident, why was he working? Because he didn't really, alam mo yun, he doesn't take himself too seriously. nangyari yung brawl-in. Nangyari
Wala.
yung dahil,
No choice.
kesyo kaaway niya daw kasi si Scotty fucking Goldman. Imagine, you're the Bucks. You have one Bill Phil. And you threw him away for what? Colt Cabana, who couldn't even draw a house. Jesus Christ, what? I like your loyalty. I value your loyalty, but Jesus Christ, you are stupid businessmen. You are very loyal friends. Yes, I like that, but you are very stupid businessmen. Because again, you take yourselves too seriously and don't want to do business with people who quote unquote hurt your quote unquote friends, despite the fact that he has every reason to hate Colt Cabana.
Pero yun, speaking of which, TV, so divert na lang natin. Short thoughts lang. I really think, I hope lang umaasa ako this episode of Dynamite can be a start a new thing. Again, I don't want AEW to fucking die to begin with. We just want AEW to improve. We just want to improve. Kasi at this point in time, wala nang gamot. So parang ang hinahanap kasi natin ngayon, yes, we are still getting the bullshit storyline of the year. This might be the worst storyline of the year. And stable of the year, if I swear to God, if every wrestling ender bullshit votes the Elite as the stable of the year, I'm going to consider you guys a minor wrestling organization, Fightful, World won. Putang ina nyo, maayusin nyo
No, the
Ayusin
problem
nyo.
is kasi. I work, di ba, ikaw na lang sabi, I work in the media industry. Meron kasi tayo dito na term ng areglo. Areglo yan. You take care of the people who take care of you. WWE doesn't take care of them. Like, because WWE technically doesn't need them. They need WWE. Kaya kita mo nga, di ba, kay SRS, yung pinadalan siya ng cheese ng TKO, big deal yun for him. Why? Because WWE has the power not to do that and the power to shut him out. If they want to, they can shut him out and he's gonna die because you can't just keep on talking about AEW. Diba? Kaya nilalabang AEW, they can dictate AEW. So WWE kasi they have to play along.
Yes.
Especially Dave Meltzer. He hates WWE with the passion.
You mean the PR team of AEW?
Yeah, the WN guy, Uncle Dave. Because WWE wouldn't want to book shows the way he wants it booked. Because there's a more logical way of booking it.
I agree.
Which is being shown by Triple H. So he hates them. Eh nakahanap siya ng mga tropa tips na ibubook the way he wants it booked. That's partly the reason why he loves them, why he promotes them, why he gives them multitudes of 5 stars, that to the point that AJ Styles said, wala nang sense makakuha na 5 stars sa kanya ngayon.
Kasi random na yung pamimigay ng 5 stars eh. Partida, bebe niya pa si Dave Meltzer dati
Basically, no, Dave hated him since he joined WWE. Kasi basically, if Okada or Twinkle Toes is in a match, minimum 5 stars. If it's in Japan, minimum 5.5 stars. Parang, dude.
At this point, stars are subjective. I agree.
It has always been.
Kasi mamaya marami na naman mag-big deal dyan eh. Baka sabihin niya, sinalasal at sinilip na naman natin na, ay, itong mga ratings na to, very, yan yung magpapa big deal sa atin. But no!
Oh, no.
Mga pendeho talaga kayo. But anyways, okay. Let's switch gears na. Since wala naman tayo kailangang pag-usapan about this show. This show was fun, I agree. Pero I
Mhm.
really think that we should fold AEW now. So let's continue with a bigger news that we
Mhm.
got. So medyo late tayo dito, pasensya na. Let's talk about John Cena. Kung di nyo lang kung di nyo lang na-catch up, John Cena officially announced his retirement on that he will take place the last match. Again, last match na to The last match will take place at WrestleMania, but he will still appear on any
Wait,
Raw episode. Yun sure.
wait,
Let's clarify
let
that
me,
in a moment. Mhm.
okay.
Go ahead.
No, what John Cena said during the press conference after the show
Yes.
was his WrestleMania would be his last WrestleMania, but
Match.
he's still
Yeah.
gonna
On the
compete. Like,
WrestleMania. Mhm.
if his
Go
Hollywood
ahead.
schedule allows, which is basically mukhang uubra. He has around 40 to 50 days across the whole year. He plans to
Yes.
go around the globe. Wrestle, let's clarify this for everyone because I've already read this a million times from a million people. He will not retire at
At
WrestleMania yet.
WrestleMania.
Unless,
Yeah.
knock on wood, something happens at WrestleMania. By the way, segue. WWE is actually looking into booking Logan Paul against John Cena at Mania. I've
Good.
heard.
Good.
Pero they have to work out the logistics again.
But
Like how
okay.
to get
So
there.
let's clarify. Okay, I see. But yun yeah. Let's clarify the case here. So John Cena, like what we are confirming, he will still compete after WrestleMania.
Mhm.
Ang problema
Yes.
lang, if things are going happen, I hope na hindi naman mangyari, no? Pero like what we said, John Cena's last WrestleMania will be next year. Royal Rumble will be the last two. Then he
Mhm.
will join the Netflix episode, first Netflix episode of Raw. Again,
Mhm.
let's clarify the case here. Baka di rin alam ng mga listeners natin. We don't know yet the status here in the Philippines of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Because the show is on Plus TV and Top Sports, Top DMV in general. We don't know yet the status of the show there. We could not say anything just yet. Ang sure ko lang, basically what we're getting on this Netflix deal,
Mhm.
if we can confirm that totoo ngang 80% in the world gets the deal, which is good, by the way, as long as we can read of Disney Plus for good, then yeah, it's a good day for everyone. Pero, yun
Mhm.
nga, wala pa tayong status if Blast TV will drop their deals or rest of the world will drop their deals except lang sa mga countries that we are able to confirm. Canada, sa Sportsnet 360, they were able to
Mhm.
confirm that they're going to drop the Raw rights lang, SmackDown and NXT will be still televised on their networks. Sony, India,
Mhm.
di pa naman natin ako confirm kasi di naman sila kasama sa trial ng Raw on Netflix kasi for ano lang
Mhm.
siya. TNT Sports UK, we're able to confirm that SmackDown na lang ang matitira sa network nila kasi
Mhm.
NXT is on the WWE network and
Mhm.
possibly it will be carried out as well on Netflix. Then, not in America, we don't know yet what their status. Kasi USA Network din naman kasi yung career nila technically. And Fox, by the way. And
Mhm.
wala pa tayong nakikitang news about Fox. So, we have to confirm that. Philippines, wala pa. So,
Ah.
ayokong maggawa ng assumptions or
Mhm.
rumor mill, but that's based on what we are seeing. Again, Disney Plus is still owning the rights for the PLEs until next year or beyond, as long as we
Mhm.
could not confirm yet what will happen on the Netflix deal here in the Philippines.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if ang mangyari is hindi pa rin siya maano sa top sports, pero Netflix will also get to air WWE shows, except for the PLEs, because again, hindi tayo maliwanag ng PLEs, but the TV shows, they might be able to air it side by side with Blast. The same way Netflix is working with GMA, ABS na, di ba? How many shows have it been na yung show papalabas sa Netflix and then ipapalabas sa TV? You see my drift?
Actually, wala naman tayong news na magla-live sila sa ibang countries other than
Hindi,
the
yun nga.
four.
Pero,
Uh-huh.
pero yun nga, speculation-wise, maybe either ganun or baka mawala na. Kasi Top Sports is standalone. Baka mawala lang yung, di ba, pwede mo i-watch on demand sa Blast. Baka yun na mawala. On
Yes,
demand,
yun ang mawawala.
you can watch it sa Netflix. Tapos, maybe you can watch it side by side or if you want to watch it live, watch it, If you want sa Netflix, wait for one day. Pwedeng ganun. We don't know how it would work, but it can work that way. Kasi, basically, I can see it happen.
Actually, 30 days pa din sa Peacock. So, that might be the case then with that.
Hindi, unless they can negotiate a new setup.
Yun. Ayun.
Kasi nga, di ba, I'm basing it on the fact that Netflix has already priors in the Philippines. Di ba, like yung Maria Clara not Maria Clara Ibarra, yung show ni Daniel at ni Catherine,
Hello, Love,
yung
Goodbye.
Kicking Show. Ang dami ng shows ng 2, di ba na? Tsaka na 7 na, nila, ibabato kay Netflix. And then, mga a few days in advance, like, Saturday before the week, ilalabas na 4 or 5 episodes. And then Monday to Friday, lalabas sa TV. You see how it works. Mga ganun din.
Ewan ko pero gusto ko yung proposal mo. Pero realistically, I think they were just going to adapt the Peacock thing unless the deal will be composed na dapat si Netflix mauna rather than the other broadcasters when it comes to how they're going to air the shows going forward. And wala naman tayong reports about some other broadcaster dropping the deal with their local respective broadcasters. So I could not see things will not happen just yet. Okay, to clarify the point, meron tayong mga countries na hindi mapapasama doon sa deal. It might include Philippines. So, India, still with Sony. Si UAE, MENA, still with Shahid. Australia, still with Binge. All of these countries, as far as I know, hindi Netflix ang number 1 streaming platform. That's why. That might explain the point. Pero yun, I'm really invested then on how the deal will go on us, especially with Plus TV blowing up as usual. And I'm really excited then to see how this deal with Paramount Plus can go with Plus TV. And possibly they can carry ewan ko kung confirm, pero Olympics, yung mga susunod na Olympics is still with Signal. I can confirm. O i-confirm natin no, maayos.
No, I can confirm
2020. I mean, this year and the future Olympics still with Signal.
I can confirm it. I can confirm it as of now. As of now, hawak ng Signal ang Olympics. I don't know kasi 4 years from now that might change, pero as of now, I can confirm na hawak pa rin ng Signal. Because I know, I have friends sa loob ng Signal mismo who can confirm.
Yun, I can confirm that.
Yeah.
Yun. So, that might change, of course, with how the course is going. Pero I hope it's not because mas accessible talaga ang TV rather than the platforms. Yun. So, again, going back to John Cena, kasi nalalayo na tayo. Ayun, John Cena, I am really confident to say na gusto ko lang sabihin na John Cena, yes, he can move the trigger here for the ratings. Kung naman yung magiging rating basis natin with Netflix. But I can confidently say, by the end of the year, bonus na lang yung mga appearances si John Cena. I mean, he's the greatest of all time. No doubt. But I can really see that John Cena will be the bonus guy here. We have to focus on our current stars. That's what AEW is not doing. Hindi nila magawa yun. Because they're still relying on the talents in the past. Like Jericho. Jericho. Hindi ko na alam kung anong sasabihin ko kay Jericho. But anyways, I hope
Retire.
that's the
Again,
case.
just retire.
Mhm.
Or with Fozzy.
Pero yun, sana nga hindi maging main attraction si Cena dito. I just want him to be low-key. And let's focus the show with Gunther potentially. Say he might be the champion by then. Braun Breaker, like the guys in the current era. So let's focus on that. No? Yun. So, John Cena retiring is very di naman surprising. I can say to the fact that nakita na natin to. Pero hindi ngayon. It's like the term, the time is perfect. We could see it now. Pero I can confidently say that John Cena is on his way out. And
Definitely is me.
I agree. Pero yun, with how things went out during the press con, medyo naging klaro siya. And in a way, I wish people can clarify that too. Kasi dami pa rin nagpo-post, di naman nila kinaklarify. Ayun. Pero anyways, ayun nga, clarified naman na. During the press con, Cena won't retire just yet at WrestleMania, but he will compete all year long. But after that, he was not going to take any bumps like referee roles, like no, not that. He just want to be a fan of wrestling.
He's just gonna be an advocate, an ambassador for the
Yes.
WWE. You'll never see him in George. You'll literally no longer see the guy you can't see.
Yes. Pero yun, paunahan ko na rin kayo hindi pupunta si John Cena ng AEW.
Sorry to say, he's signing a Legends contract afterwards. Plus, I think he's represented by WME-IMG, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I agree. So, nakikita ko din. Pero yun, safe to say, John Cena is WWE for forever. Pero yun guys, tanungin ko nga kayo, ano yung tingin nyo legacy ni John Cena once he retires? And what is your favorite Cena match or moment before we move on to our local topics?
Dan, you wanna go ahead?
Sige. So John Cena's storied career, yung kanyang legacy is that wrestler na of all age groups is loved by all age groups. Mga bata, hardcore wrestling fans, casuals, pretty much every type of wrestling fan has loved him throughout his career. So with him retiring next year, so for the most part, hindi pa siya nagsisitin for many. For some, unti-unti na natatanggap na their childhood hero, my favorite wrestler, is soon to hang up his sneakers or his shoes. So, and ito rin, Cena is the wrestler that has the most Make-A-Wish na grant. So, that's another legacy that will leave as a wrestler, and something that other wrestlers can follow suit, aside from gagampanan mo yung role mo bilang pro wrestler, pagiging childhood hero, hero for the men, and also a part of your legacy ng mai-impart mo Cena, younger wrestlers that have idolized him growing up. So like sila Austin Theory, Cody Rhodes, and all can be that type of wrestler that everyone can. Tapos going to my favorite John Cena matches. So I actually have three. Itong tatlong matches nito ni Cena are for me critical victories sa kanyang career. So pinakauna dyan is WrestleMania 21. So tinalo niya si JBL, his first WWE Championship. So his first championship, his first world title, first out of 16 world titles. Ito na yung simula nung rise niya. Not only just in the main event scene, but becoming the face of WWE. So, doon nagsimula lahat. Doon nagsimula kanyang pagiging main eventer, tsaka yung face of WWE. Next is, maybe an unpopular take, but yung WrestleMania 29 match niya versus The Rock. So, kinda ironic, kasi diba, the year before that, yung tagline ng match nila ni Rock is once in a lifetime, but yet again, following sila ng rematch.
Why is it a lifetime?
But the way,
Ayos na nga eh.
but yung storyline towards this rematch, for me, on an emotional perspective, was good for me because during that year, during that past year, 2012-2013, was one of the low points, not only in John Cena's career as a wrestler, but also his personal life. At that time as well, he got divorced from his first wife niya, and lost some major matches then. After that, lost to The Rock at WrestleMania 20. So, from the time that he won the 13 Royal Rumble and CM Punk for the right Rock at WrestleMania, so that win at WrestleMania 29 was a redemption. That was a redemption for Cena, and also a passing of the torch moment away. And so, of course, what happened after The Rock showed his respect to Cena, pretty much endorsed him. And the third is not too long ago, Royal Rumble 2017 versus AJ Styles, the record tying. This is where Cena won his 16th world title, tying Ric Flair's record. So, at that point din kasi, all of the accolades, all of the accomplishments in and out of the ring ni Cena made him the wrestler, the superstar worthy to tie Ric Flair's record. So, I don't know if WWE would have something up their sleeve, but maybe, or well, gaya nga ng sabi ni Angelo kanina, na huwag gawing center of the spotlight si Cena during his retirement tour. Kasi if that happens, potentially, baka ang gawin nila, Cena would break Ric Flair's record. But for me, it's gonna be okay. It's okay, more than okay. Cena would go right into the sunset. Tied sila ni Ric Flair for 16 world titles. So, those are the three matches that really stuck in terms of Cena's story.
Yun. Wala sa dyan. Yun. Anyways, just in breaking news. AEW Collision during SummerSlam weekend will be televised 5 p.m. Eastern Time ahead of SummerSlam event itself. Finally.
Thank God.
Buti naman.
Seriously,
Aware
thank
naman
God.
pala si AEW. Aware naman pala si AEW na may malaking event na mangyayari.
Oh,
Hindi.
baka utos ng Warner Brothers yan. Like
Actually, ano
against
siya eh.
police
Actually,
judgment.
tape naman siya eh. So, that's fair.
Ang point niya is against Tony's worst judgment because if it were just Tony, he would still insist na no, we should go head on. Maybe it's the TV overlords telling him, no, shut up. We're not going head to head with the second biggest show of the year, you idiot.
That's fair. But yeah, that's 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 a.m. local time. Continue tayo with our regular programming. Go. Oh no.
Is it me?
Oh.
Okay. With regards to John Cena. Okay, sorry. First time ko sorry. Okay, John Cena, I guess his legacy is his ability to stay the course. Basically, he became a face, he became a heel, and then he became a face again with the same character. If you look at the trajectory of every single other major character in in the history of wrestling, they had the major run as a heel, they had the major run as a face. Roman Reigns, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, even Stone Cold, to be honest, even Triple H, even Shawn Michaels. John Cena, he played just one singular character. He entered as a face. People started hating him. He soldiered on until people realized this guy is actually damn good that we can no longer boo him. Kaya nga, if you'd ask me what my favorite John Cena match is, I would probably say of all of the thousands of matches he has ever done, it would have to be the England show, Cena versus Michaels, the time Cena gave back Michaels his win. Because it wasn't supposed to run for an hour, but nagkaroon yata ng concerns with Orton that he wasn't able to compete, so they just told him, go ahead, the hour is yours, and they had a barn burner of a match. It wasn't planned, it was called on the fly, but it was one hell of an hour-long match. It's not an Iron Man match. Hindi siya Iron Man, hindi siya bells and whistles. It's just a pure wrestling match. And to anyone who would say John Cena couldn't wrestle, watch that match. And
Wait.
I'm telling you, you'd be convinced that guy can wrestle.
What's the rating on that match kay Meltzer? Let's check. Confused lang ako.
Oh, wait. Check natin online. Cena.
Okay. So, wala eh. Di siya nag-appear eh. So, may Pero anyway, sabang nagkatayo, go ahead.
Wait, I got the answer. 4 1/4 because Dave Meltzer sucks.
Such a fucking idiot. Okay,
It didn't happen in the Tokyo Dome, so yeah, half a star for that. Wala, no flippy shit, so that's another half star. So yeah, 4 1/4.
That's horrible. But anyways, that match was amazing. Sa totoo lang. Unfortunately, wasn't able to dive into that again. Cause Disney Plus sucks, you know.
Pare Peacock, mag-VPN ka na lang. We don't condone piracy, we don't condone that kind of shit, pero Peacock.
Wala.
Sana Netflix do better, or at least do what Peacock does, and we'll all be happy campers here.
So next year pa. So, well, content pa. Pagtsagaan nyo muna yung only available live ni Disney Plus. Actually, as of right now, just an update guys. Bago tayo mag-move on with some news na nakita natin just now. WWE section of the Netflix or Disney Plus app is no longer appearing on our apps. Medyo, big deal if you're going to ask me. Pero you can still see the past shows that they uploaded on Disney Plus. Pero wala na yung WWE section. That might be a sign. Again, we are still observing on what will happen. I hope that we're able to see that the AEW or the WWE deal is over with the Philippine thing, because in January, just to be clear, guys, the deal in Indonesia was ended. That's ahead of the Royal Rumble or after the Royal Rumble. In the Philippines, it was introduced October 20, 2022. And fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Phil
Ahead.
Brooks, be your savior.
Oh my
Just
God.
give it to Netflix already. God damn it.
Okay. Before October, I hope we are able to get a confirmation that Disney Plus no longer has the rights of the WWE
Would you want
programming.
me to ask Stan or Carlo? I can message them.
I can message them too, but to be
Diba?
fair, medyo, I like what I mentioned, yung deal nga with Disney Plus, I could not see that ending just yet. Hope that it will end anytime soon. Let's continue. So, there's a news going on the internet that Max is now starting to import the AEW shows on their platform. Check ko nga rin mamaya. But, yes, that's the new norm now in the streaming platforms. So, yeah, any thoughts?
Until I see it actually shown sa Max, or Tony Khan actually bellows from the top of his lungs that we've got a Max deal, I'll take it with a pinch of salt, because that's the reason. Again, we go back to the reason bakit, di ba? Bakit tatlong title matches? Bakit pinagsabay si Owen and Heatwave? Heatwave nga ba yun? Yung show nila last week, I can't. Or Beach Break, Summer Breaking, I don't know.
Which break?
It's because
Saka yung Owen.
if you listen to Fightful and listen to Dave, although they are shabby sources, but they're all that we've got, yun ang gusto ni Tony. Gusto niya i-lock in ng Max, hindi pa ma-lock in ng Max. So maybe they're uploading, pero wala tayong kasiguraduhan until they tell us that you can watch AEW here, na you can watch AEW here. Kasi maybe that's what they're negotiating. That's what Tony is trying to show, that we can give you this content. It's this good. Take us in. Come on, guys. And he needs that, especially after WWE's big Raw splash start of the year. They need that more than as much as Max needs them. They also need Max, because that's the only way they can compete with Netflix. Both of them, it's a symbiotic relationship, basically. Max wants to survive. They need the AEW. AEW needs a big news. They need Max for that. They need
Pero
each
wait,
other.
what's the status ba ng Max sa US? US, I think Max is the third, I'm not say third streaming service in the US? Or fourth?
Third best, I think, after Peacock and Netflix.
Well, that works. That's why.
Kasi Disney
But
is medyo mababa ang Disney sa US, kaya nga nagkakanda leche-leche si Bob Iger ngayon. Kaya nga binalik si Bob Iger kasi sinubukan ni Bob Chapek to put all the baskets with the Disney Plus service to no avail. So Bob Iger is trying to find the perfect balance, but still failing to do so. Find the perfect balance between streaming and actually still producing movies.
Actually, Disney Plus is now trying to merge ESPN Plus tsaka yung yung Hulu. Actually, they merged Hulu and Disney Plus already because of the changes that we have recently. Pero they're trying to merge it with ESPN Plus.
ESPN content, yes, pero ESPN Plus, I don't really know if it would work because ESPN is a tangent.
Yes.
It's not entertainment.
Mhm.
The best they can do is what they did sa mga countries like Philippines. Di ba sa Disney Plus natin, yung Hulu content under the Star branding is already integrated sa Disney Plus natin.
Yes.
They also have National Geographic. They also have ESPN. But not ESPN shows per se, but rather yung mga documentaries, yung mga
Documentaries.
behind the scenes. But you cannot get specific games, specific because it's a different unless they rebrand it into, instead of Disney Plus, they simply call it Hulu. They drop the Disney Plus branding.
Kaso, ang goal nila ngayon, they're dropping the Hulu brand eh.
That would be wrong because personally, I think that would be wrong because Hulu is mas known ang
I agree.
Hulu. Mas
Yes.
known ang Hulu for, if they would insist on integrating ESPN, they need the Hulu brand. Kasi ako, I used to have access to Hulu through my cousin.
Mhm.
Benefits ng Hulu, you can watch ESPN, you can watch, alam mo yun, can do a lot of things with Hulu. Pero, kasi Hulu siya. Hindi siya weird, tignan na Hulu. Ito, kita ko, alas ko. Unlike if you go Disney Plus, tapos may sports. O, ba't may sports sa Disney Plus? You go Disney Plus, tapos may ganito. Ba't may ganyan sa Disney Plus? It's Disney Plus, so why?
Parang contradicting eh.
Not really contradicting. It's more of, it's part of the Disney company umbrella, but it's not Disney.
Yes.
Because Disney is entertainment. It ain't sports.
Yes.
Yun ang problema kasi with the brand Disney. Nakashoehorn sila. Unlike with Paramount, with Peacock, HBO, kaya nga they drop the HBO branding sa Max, di ba? Because na-shoehorn sila. Disney should be circumspect.
Paramount doing a really good job in the States, by the way. Pero hit or miss pa din.
Pero again, yun nga ang point, di ba? Na with Paramount, with Peacock, they actually mas hit sila kaysa miss kasi yung brand nila is known to give everything out. Peacock, NBC Universal, NBC carries sports, general entertainment, etc., etc. Problem mo kasi with Disney, they own ABC. They own ESPN. But the problem is, when you say Disney, family movies. At the end of the day, family movies. Diba? Kaya okay sana they pivot their streaming into Hulu because Hulu is a known brand. Na pwede Hulu by Disney. Then if they really insist on putting the Disney brand, kasi meron pa rin naman weight niya, but don't put Disney in front and center because if you include sports, if you include news and commentary, it wouldn't work. Kasi nakashoehorn na ang Disney with entertainment.
So, parang ABS lang yan eh. Pag sinabi mong ABS, drama. Diba? Pag sinabi mong GMA, it's more on news, documentaries. Ganun lang yan eh.
Kaya nakakatawa ng insisting on being quote-unquote the entertainment brand. I've told this to my friends who work there. Pero again, they're not the bosses.
Yeah.
And gusto ni MVP to be able to compete and to compete sa masa, you really need to be a quote-unquote entertainment. But you can't shed the fact that TV5 is a sports first channel. Whatever you do, it's a sports first channel.
Yeah, I agree on that. Kaya nga hindi nag-work yung mga sports channels sila eh. Sorry. But, yeah.
RPTV doesn't work simply because of that. Pero again, gusto ni MVP and we don't own TV5. It's MVP who owns TV5. So, it's pressure because it is money. Pero niya yun, he gets to direct his company the way he wants to direct it.
Pero yun, alam mo, understandable naman why TV5 has to change. We understand din naman. Loss of ABS, and they have, parang feeling nila wala na sila choice. So, that's why they have to rebrand it. Kaya nga nawala na ng tuloy ng sports.
It's their opportunity. Pero, again, good luck to them. I have friends working there, so they're doing good naman. They're doing a good job. It's just a matter of they need to find the right formula. And I do hope they find the right formula.
Pero yun, ito, speaking of that, kasi RPTV is trying to be 2020 TV5. Is that working with you? Or to us, by the way?
RPTV is basically Action TV. Action, if you remember Action TV noon with Action
5 Plus.
Center,
Before 5 Plus. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Active TV pala. Kasi they
TV.
used to have Action TV, Active TV, yung kanilang sports brand, and then TV5, the general entertainment brand. They're trying to revive Active TV with RPTV, which is good. Kasi malaki din naman ang reach.
I see it.
Pero, if you ask me, kasi it's a pop-out because initially the deal, especially with the TV, is supposed to be 3-5. Pero again, kasi nga, MVP wants to push TV5 as the alternative to GMA. Only way you can do that is you need to really remove TV. Because right now, TV is still trying to figure out how to... They're showing signs like this finals, pero they're still trying to figure out how to tap into the masa. May
Tsaka isa
flashes
pa
of
ito
this.
yung RPTV kasi is 50-50 basis as far as I know, 51-49 with 9 network. So they technically being owned by RPN. So RPN is planning to put the network shows, yung kanilang news programs there. Pero yun, it's more on that. So yung sports, bahala na si TV5 dyan. Yung news, bahala na si RPN dyan. That might be the move as of right now.
I am not privy to that aside from, again, kasi ang alam ko lang talaga dyan is new sports will be provided by ano. Pero yun nga, hindi kasi nila yata kaya mag-provide ng ano sa RPTV news. Personally. Kasi nga, it would eat into their one news.
Eh, kaso dami na nilang news channel eh.
Hindi. Ang kasi kasi, they could actually do that kasi they also own Philippine Star.
Yeah. But they also have Billionario. Recently.
No,
Ano
they
na
own,
50-50.
no, they don't.
Parang 50-50.
No,
Ay,
Billionario
hindi ba?
is
Okay.
Abante Group ang
Yeah.
Billionario. Abante Group, let me clarify that Abante Group po ang Billionario.
Wait. So Billionario is independent, just to be clear. They just partnered with Signal for the TV.
Yeah.
As far as I know, yun ang nakikita ko. Pero they don't own Billionario. Yeah.
No. I remember right na may-ari doon is si Abante.
Yeah. So si Abante is trying to adapt with Billionario din. Yun. Okay. So, good for them. At least we are able to see Ces Drilon again on television. It's been a while. Pero Ces Drilon, the last time I was seeing her is sa radyo, DCXN. Ayun. So, ayun nga, dami natin na pag-usapan sa TV. But, well, if it's official, the AEW on Max deal could be a game changer for Thriller TV and The Zone. So, The Zone, screw you. Your deal is not working again. That might mean something. But yeah, we're still waiting for the rebranding kasi may plano daw si Max. I don't know if that will still take place. That all of the Max apps or HBO Go, HBO Max will be rebranded into Max outside of the States. Then,
they should actually.
Yun ang idea. Yun ang idea sa alam ko. Then, Thriller TV down the line, it will be dropped in favor of their deal with Max. Ayun yung ginagawa nilang deal ngayon. And yung mga, may pinapartner kasi din si HBO, si HBO Max when it comes to other countries. Tingnan mo, hindi sa tingin kasi nila sa India, for example, hindi mag-work na magtayo pa ng isa pang streaming service. So that's why they decided to partner with Geo Cinema. So their latest streaming service. So yun ang ginagawa nila ngayon. So NBC, Disney, as far as I know, is being ported na to Geo Cinema. Kasi ang alam ko din, baka tanggalin na si Disney Plus sa India. Kasi may merger news between Reliance and Disney. That might be true. Pero let's see on what will happen there. Kasi ang init talaga ng TV scene ngayon, kahit saan. In wrestling, in general, let's see on how it will hit us here. Pero yun, sa Philippines kasi, Disney Plus is number 2. Ahead pa rin talaga si Netflix. Ay, hindi. Number 3. Loklok pala yung number 1. Si Loklok yung number 1. Again, I don't tolerate piracy. But, based on what we are seeing, Netflix is still number 2 because people are still relying on piracy. And, yeah. Ayun. Ito, last thing before we go, ito, yung part 1 na to, magkano tayo local, yun. Yung Disney Plus, ito, yun sa AEW on Max, if that thing will be made official before this year ends, ano yung magiging trajectory nyo on how that thing will go on them? Kasi it's very interesting to see AWS now adapting as well streaming. Alam nila yung pagkakamali na hindi nila ginawa before. They're leaning to a Willie Rebillame thing here that, fuck streaming. Mas okay yung TV. So we have to rely on TV here. So, what the trajectory here before we end the year? Based on you guys.
Christian?
For me, nakikita ko dito is pwede nilang gawing, I don't know, some shows, some pay-per-views, magiging exclusive na doon sa Max. So that they could have more people to watch there. And also, exclusive content like parang AEW All Access. Ganong shows.
Oh God, I want to see the Elite scramble shit on Max.
So there's that opportunity then to have a reality series, behind the scenes shows, even yung mga content nila sa YouTube like yung Hey EW kay RJ City,
Kay Rene Paquette.
yung kay Rene Paquette. So they have this opportunity na i-import and yung ilipat yung mga ganun types of content to Max. And maraming there's a lot of opportunities that you can maximize that platform. So it is really up to them on the type of content alagay nila doon, and yeah, it's also a hit or miss depending on.
I agree.
Yeah, hit or miss pa rin to. So it's up to them or you're gonna capitalize that platform, but there's potential. Pero it's really up to them paano nila to maximize yun to viewership, streaming, all of that.
Keep in mind ang deal na to with Max or WBD, still with WBD pa din eh. May call pa din si WBD on what they're going to do eh.
Mm-hmm.
Pero yan, Bilis na lang. Kung ikaw din, sa tingin mo yung take mo sa trajectory ng deal na to, possibly.
At the end of the day, it depends on can they improve their can they improve their so dito yung personal. Still depends on if you can have a big draw, someone who could match MJF. Because it's not the Bucks, not Mercedes, it's not Sasha Banks. No matter how much they tell you they are the shit, they are the draw. No way. Data says otherwise. They need to find someone as good as MJF who could actually draw eyeballs into their product. Kasi kahit ilagay mo pa sa 10 television programs yan, if there are no eyeballs attracted to the product, then it won't work. Kailangan makahata ka ng tao. We always say, kanina pa natin pinag-uusapan, they can get people's feet on the door, but people choose to leave the room. You need to get those people to stay. Number one, they need to find central stories. Hindi pwedeng all over the place. There should be central, like Judgment Day, Bloodline. Dapat there is one big storyline that anchors the show, and then some other storylines that go out of it. Maybe interact, maybe not interact, but there should be one central storyline per show. And then pepper in some of the other stories. But they need to first find the draw. Because if you find the draw, then you can push the story through the draw. Just like what they did with the Judgment Day. They found their stars, push the story through the Judgment Day. Bloodline, Roman, they push the story through Roman. Now, through Solo. Diba? They need to find sino ba yung focal point ko. Doon ko papadaanin yung kwento ko. And please don't tell me it's Chris Jericho. Chris, we love you. Just retire, man. Please. So, depende sa kanila yun. But they need, despite the streaming, they need to find people who would pull eyes into their product and convince people to stay and watch what they're producing week in and week out. Yeah.
Ayun. So, close na lang natin tong part na to ng recording with this. If AEW doesn't take advantage of this streaming deal, then you're a fucking idiot. Seryoso. If you're going to say na, you have to watch it on TV kasi gusto namin mag-draw sa TV rather than the streaming deal. Fuck it. You're just wasting the deal to begin with. I hope that AEW will take advantage of that. Seriously, yung kanilang deal kasi with Thrill TV, medyo okay naman, pero I don't think it will be the deal that we are supposed to get with. Especially with we are having like itong pay-per-view deal nila na it's supposed to be may mga shows ipapalabas sa Thriller, tapos yung mga pay-per-views nila na like 9 pay-per-views a year, tapos gagawin nilang bundle. I hope that thing stops with, I hope lang, suggestion lang, yung deal na, yung streaming parts na yon, yung mga episodes or pay-per-views na pinag-upload nila, they should upload it na lang sa AEW or Access. Tapos, kasama na lang sa payment. Parang, paying on the archive is kinda a good idea. Imagine, you're paying for Thriller TV, pero differently, sounds bad.
One more thing, please. Please, somebody, ipakikadena po si Tony Khan. Stop him from tweeting because he is his own words. Especially yung constant tweeting niya. Like, it's borderline caricature at this point na everything tinitira nila it's funny, it's content, but at the end of the day, dude, if you want to grow your company, grow up here and step away. Find someone who could run the business for you. Because clearly, you're just a mark on steroids. And mark those
paano
steroids
naman si
doesn't
Triple
mean
H? Si Triple H na lagi nag-tweet.
Do you think Triple H actually tweets it out? No, he has a guy who does it for him. That's the problem with Tony. He has a guy who does it for him, but he gets the kinukuha niya yung cellphone. Akin na! Let your
At
guy,
this point, oh,
you fucking heard the guy.
binabato na lang niya yung binabato niya yung cellphone sa malayong dagat.
Actually, no. Lumalangoy siya sa lagat dala yung cellphone para hindi siya maabol ng sockneck guy niya.
Oh my God, that's horrible, Tony.
Diba? A lot of people are complaining Triple H is such a sanitized guy. He always gives the politically correct answers. Even when he posts on Stockman, he is so politically correct. But again, because that is how it's supposed to be if you're the chief booker. If you're the face of the booking of the company, you don't want to ruffle any feathers too much.
Mhm.
Dami nagre-reklamo yung masyado daw cookie cutter type, clean type si nawala daw yung edge ni Triple H when he became a booker. Like, yeah, he's a good booker, but he no longer has the edge that he used to have when he was under her stance. But you have to consider you're the face of the company. You have to present yourself as a professional at all times, which Tony can't do. Tony fails to do. But the problem is no one can tell him, Tony, you need to be professional. Because he is the boss. Sa kanya dapat magaling na kay shit, mali na itong ginagawa ko. I have to step up. I have to put a professional name face para naman hindi maanoy sa akin yung tao. Eh, sabi ginagawa niya, the more people get annoyed, the more he does what annoys people because, yung this company, o ito kayo.
Mhm. Okay lang, siya naman yung Booker of the Year next year eh.
Pero magigits yun, di ba? Instead of actually listening to the fans who want it to be better, he is insulting them because akala niya, kaawin niya yung mga tao when in fact people actually wanting to succeed. O nakikita niyo ngayon, despite me repeatedly saying privately, AEW just close shop. No, I want them to thrive. Yung pagiging ganun po, because I am frustrated that Tony doesn't grow up here and actually admit that he needs help. That he is being a fanboy on steroids doesn't work. Because you can put 15... Ginagawa niya kasi, meron akong wrestler, may action figure ako, magsuntok-suntok action figure, hooray! It doesn't work that way when you are actually developing TV shows. You need to have storylines. You need to have subplots. You need to make the people want to see it more. How do you do that? Flesh out your stories.
Meron siyang wrestler. Ang tanong, nasusustain niya ba yung company niya?
Well, he has money, so yeah. To be honest, the answer is yes. But the point is it tenable? Not really, because tinatrato niya ng mga action figures yung mga wrestlers niya.
It is. But yun, I agree on some parts. Like, AEW needs to step up talaga. Lalo WWE is on a top tier right now again. TNA is number 2.
Definitely.
Then, AEW is trying to come back with that position. But anyways, I hope that AEW can get their thing back on track. But as long as they are getting the elite on their bullshit lane, we are not gonna get that anytime soon. But anyways, we have to cap up the first half of the recording here since we will talk about local here next time. So yun, pag-usapan natin doon is yung Puso. Of course, we will talk about their deals with Solar, with TAP, FPW on TAP. We'll talk about then on how this thing will change the scene here in the Philippines, and also we will talk about Tagay na. Na medyo late na. Pasensya na. Ayun, medyo natagma-tugma ko pa. But anyways, in behalf of Christian and Dennis here, my name is Nigel Penara here. We have to go out for now, and we will cut the version here, and let's see you on the next episode.